Shalom Akim, back at once again through the Spirit. And of course, we want to start by saying all praise, honor, and glory goes to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakadash, double honors to our apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to Akim out there pushing this word and also sitting honestly throughout the four corners of the world. Shalom to the hopeful elect, constantly adoring. Really, Snow Grove main topic. We're going through the Spirit, so whatever we got, we're just gonna come with it.
Okay. This is Ezekiel 28:5. By thy great wisdom and by thy traffic hast thou increased thy riches.
Yeah, that's basically going into Esau. All right, this kingdom. Read it again.
All right. Ezekiel 28:5. By thy great wisdom and by thy traffic.
By thy great wisdom, by thy traffic. Now, that wisdom was given to them from, really from Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, because the scriptures say the earth was given into the hands of the wicked. All right, and right now this is Esau's kingdom. So by his great wisdom and by his traffic, what's that traffic? The import, the export. All right. The money system, okay, the dollar being the number one currency, right?
All right. By thy great wisdom and by thy traffic hast thou increased thy riches.
And you increased your riches. You know, you took all the wealth, because really the dollar has no backing, no gold back towards it. It's just basically enforced by the military and by the faith in the dollar. Right? Got it.
And thine heart is lifted up because of thy riches.
And your heart is lifted up because of your riches, so you become proud. All right, which we know Esau is the wicked, today known as the so-called white man. He's the proudest person alive. All right, they think that they're God. They think that they run the world. They can't grow out of power. You know, and they think that money solves everything. Right? You want to say something? You want to say it?
No, you got it.
Okay. Is it more?
That's it.
Yeah. And you know, basically, get that Job 9:24 real quick.
Okay.
Besides, I mentioned it. You know. But yeah, man, we at the end of this man's kingdom. Although he think he's out untouchable for his riches, we see this thing is crumbling right before our eyes. Yeah.
All right. This is Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof.
The earth is given to the hands of the wicked. Okay, now who's the wicked? The scriptures going in say he covereth the faces of the judges thereof. Right? Now, who's the number one judge? Yahushua. Okay, and Esau, the so-called white man, put up his image as the one you already called Jesus Christ as a so-called white man. Right? And actually, the Lord's a dark-skinned man with white woolly hair. Okay, and also when you go into the time of the Renaissance, they came with something called whitewashing, where when you go into the history and all the images that was dark skinned, they took it and they put it as what you call so-called white today. All right.
Okay. Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
Yeah, that's how we know who the wicked is, man. Because who's in control of earth today? All right, so Esau's being exposed. You know, yeah. Right now, we at the end of your rulership. You see, you come out of power, economically wise, and also military wise. Because now these nations, they have that thermonuclear technology. They also have the boots on ground, and they also have a hatred. Right. So we at the end of this man's rulership. But yeah, this is talking about Esau.
He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?
Right, so there you go. If not, where and who is he? Who else did this? All right, because all these other nations, they have their own gods. All right, they're not claiming to be Israelites. They're not in our land claiming to be the Jews that the scriptures speak of. All right, well, who's in our land right now calling themselves Israelites, calling themselves Jews and whatnot? It's Esau. Okay, so you through the spirit of Yahweh you being discovered. Right?
You got something?
Yo, we'll block that something.
All right. Daniel chapter 4, verse 17.
Right.
The mind is by the decree of the watchers. It says, and the man of the word of the holy ones. It says, intend that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men.
The Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men. Meaning what? The Lord's going to put someone in rulership, and He's going to take you out of rulership. You know? So Esau had his time to reign. Was that Job 4 and 15? Upon your bounds, you shall not pass. All right, Esau. Just like when you go into the history, you go into the Assyrian, Babylonians, the Medo-Persians, the Greeks, the Romans. Right? Everyone had a time to reign. You know. And now we in the last leg of the Roman Empire, which is NATO and the EU, the beast today. But now this is coming to an end, and we know this by way of the prophecies. We ain't just talking and just winging it, and making shit up. No, we're reading the scriptures, right? We've been taught the scriptures from our apostles on down, okay? And we're reading it for ourselves, and we lining up the prophecies with the news today. And we see we at the end of this so-called white man's kingdom.
It says that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and He give it to whosoever He will.
And He give it to whosoever He will. So here it is. Esau had a time to rule, and now he's going to be judged for it, right? Because you get that in Psalms, matter of fact, which says, what I show favor unto the wicked, right? Is how you go? I show favor unto.
I think it's Isaiah.
Yeah. Okay, maybe it's Isaiah. All right. But you better get what you got, bro. Because now huh? Okay, a little more. You got it.
And He set over the basis of men.
And He set over the basis of men. All right, because Esau is really a base man. All right, when you go into the cave dwellers, the original cave dwellers would have to be the Edomites, man. You know? But here it is, the Lord allowed these people some time to reign. You know?
I got what you wanted.
Come.
This is more. But this is Isaiah 26:10. Let favor be shown to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness.
And that's a prime example is even. It's like you read that again.
Okay.
Read that again.
Isaiah 26:10. Let favor be shown to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness.
Right, and favor was shown to Esau. That's why he's in rulership. All right? He had a blessing. And with that blessing, he's done pure wickedness. Because if you were in rulership, then it's up to you to keep the people in check. So Esau could have came up with the scriptures and said, yep, those are the Israelites, the so-called Native Americans, you know, and he could have kept that order. But being the wicked he is, the wicked he set up to be, right? He's not going to do that, you know. So this, everything that Esau have done is really going to lead up to his destruction. Yeah.
In the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly, and will not behold the majesty of the Lord.
Right, in the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly, you know? And we see that right now, right? Because Esau is over there in Israel, or them Edomites, the so-called Jews, or so-called Israelites or Israelis. They up there in Israel, and they do all sorts of wickedness, you know? The LGBT community is strong. They got all sorts of wicked parades, all sorts of abominable acts, abominable fools. All right, tomorrow you got some cultured pigs. All right, so yeah. So what's to say?
That's it.
That's it. Yeah, man. And first of all, Israel is a people before it's a place. And then, well, how have you treated the people of Israel? Like shit. All right, like dumb. Okay, you walked all over us, literally, right? But then how was this kingdom built up? Off the blood, sweat, and tears of the nation of Israel, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. So yeah, man, the Lord's gonna deal with you. No wonder this kingdom is gonna be destroyed by way of fire. All right. Done.
Job 14, verse 5. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds, that he cannot pass.
Right, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. So Esau's days are determined, the days in rulership. All right? And since you brought that out, what's that? That was Isaiah when it speaks about if Esau could measure the heavens, or
It's in Jeremiah.
Jeremiah
31st chapter.
Yep, 31st. Yep, that's right.
I'll give it.
Well, no, we read it again though.
Job 14, verse 5.
Jeremiah 35?
Jeremiah, is it 35?
31.
It's 31, right?
Alright, we get right on this.
You read it again.
Job 14, verse 5. It says, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee.
Right, with thee, if Yahweh Shemi Yahweh, the days are determined. Okay? It's a set period for you to rule. Just like all these other nations. You know? And all these different nations, they all proud, man. Because every time a nation getting rulership, they always think that they can't come out of power. They gotta be in power. Without them, time stop. You know, the Assyrians believed in that. And look what happened to them. Okay, but here it is Esau making that same mistake. Because that's that pride. You know?
It says, thou hast appointed his bounds, that he cannot pass.
Right, you're gonna be able to do only but so much. You know? And this is it right here. This is it. You're gonna bring in your new world order, but it's gonna be for a short period, and then you're gonna be taken out of power. And you're gonna be put in hardcore bondage, hardcore slavery.
Yeah, and that's why we see his kingdom coming to an end, man. We see these different events taking place. You know, these different things that's happening in the news that pertain to the downfall of this man's kingdom, which is found in the Bible. You know,
Yeah.
and these devils, they think, they're gonna have, a long time in the society. You know, the Agenda 2030, what they're gonna be doing 40 years from now. You know, the scriptures talk about their eyes shall consume away in their holes, meaning that, look, man, you don't know. Listen, man, the Most High is about to take you out of power, man. You know.
That's right.
There's more.
That's it.
I got something. Oh, you got something?
What do you want, Jeremiah?
Yeah, Jeremiah. You see it there?
31.
31. You see where it speaks about my tongue cleave.
That's 37.
37.
And what you said, if he could measure the
Yeah,
heavens,
yeah.
that's Jeremiah 31 and 37.
Okay.
Okay. So keep going up the water.
That's a lot, yeah.
Yeah, man. So basically, we at the end of this kingdom.
I got it.
You got it? Alright.
Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 37. Thus say the Most High, if the heaven above me, if the heaven can be measured and the foundation of the earth search up beneath, I will also cast out all the seed
So-
of Israel.
So that's on Esau's agendas, man. That's on his agenda. All right, he wants to measure the heavens and the earth beneath. Sorry, deep into his technology. All right, they said they got full candidates to take a spaceship around the moon. You know, and what's that about? It's about that scripture right there, measuring out the heavens. You know, and the earth beneath. But guess what? They won't be able to. You know, matter of fact, if they show it, it's probably gonna be a fake anyways, because Esau never went to the moon. You know, the moon is not a ball of powder. All right, the moon is energy. You go on the moon, it'll burn you up. Yeah.
There was this video, right, of this Jake. Yeah, I think he was he might have been 100 and something years old. And this is like around the time when Esau was coming out with that moon,
Yeah.
you know, that moon thing. Say, you know, when he said that he went to the moon.
Right.
And the Jake was like, you ain't went to no moon. And mind you, this Jake was like 130 years old, something like that. He's like, yo, you ain't go to no moon. Like, yo, you know what I mean? Because that shit is, you know, it's full, you know, it's full of shit, man. He's so full of shit. You know, no fucking moon.
Jeremiah 31, verse 37. Thus saith the Lord, if heaven, and it says, if heaven above can be measured, and the foundation of the earth search out beneath, and also cast out all the seed of Israel, all they have done, saith the Lord.
And there you go.
That's it.
So the Lord said, if this is possible, I'll cast out the seed of Israel. But we know the Lord's never going to cast out Israel. The Lord's not going to forsake Israel because he gave his word. You know? And the word's not a man, and the Lord's not a man that he should lie. You know? Basically, the Lord sent Esau in a wild goose chase. Right? The Lord got, you know, basically laughing at Esau right now. You know? Trying to toil in the wickedness, trying to do this whole wicked agenda. And here it is, in the end, it's going to be the same thing. It's going to be a destruction, no matter which way you look at it. So you got it, bro.
Okay. Yeah.
I got something. Yeah, since we talking about the whole moon thing, right? It says, this is Isaiah 14, verse 14. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit.
And there you go. You ascend above the clouds, you bless the Most High. All right? Because scriptures say, worry about things beneath. All right? Not above. You know? But here there's Esau trying to bless the Most High. But the Lord said, despite all that, because that's really Esau showing how great he is, his power, what he's capable of. You know, the Lord's gonna let you do all those things, and then the Lord's gonna take you out of power, and the world's gonna see how powerful Yahweh Shah is. Okay, and he said the size of the pit means will be destroyed. You just speak for a second.
I got something. Yeah, so
Man, how the fuck? I think this phone
It's live now. It's live.
it's live now. Yeah, so we had a little technical difficulty. So I'm gonna read Obadiah, verse 4. Though thou exalt thyself as an eagle. And that's Esau. He's always exalted himself as an eagle. When he was the Greeks, when he was the Romans, all right, the Germans, and you know, you got America right now, that eagle, all right? They used to have the eagle for the postage, so that eagle. And though thou set thy nest amongst the stars. Yeah, you have those satellites, those space stations, all right, up there. This, all right, and though thou set thy nest amongst the stars, how would a person set their nest amongst the stars? That's the space stations and those satellites. Okay? This will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. Yeah, so the Lord gonna bring you down. You got regular civilians being sent up there now, cause the technology, you know. You got what? Virgin did that, Elon Musk too, and there's another company that the one that sent some ex-football player that was he'd be on a morning talk show. Yeah, he went up there. All right, the company, he went up there with one of the companies that send civilians there that they set that in us amongst the stars, man.
That's how we know it's talking about the so-called white.
Yeah.
Because no other nation did that.
All right, that's it on that. I just want to just make that
Alright,
point.
that's all. This is
Alright.
Isaiah 40. Slack it. Yeah, that 6.
Yeah, so Esau, his pride, he put those satellites up there. He lied saying he went to the moon when he didn't go to the moon. You have something? Okay.
Job 31, verse 26. If I beheld the sun when it shone, or the moon walking in its brightness.
That's right. So the Lord made all of those things. The moon for its brightness and the sun. Those are the moon is a light for us, and it also helps with the seasons, the Sabbaths, and also with the I believe it's a tide in the ocean. That has something to do with that. And you know our body is made of water, so you know you hear the term lunatics and shit like that. But yeah.
The moon's also, and the sun is also used for signs of the times.
Mm-hmm.
You know, which you had jakes in the ancient times who used the moon and the sun to see what season or what times we were in. You know, and when you go into the Luke, when it speaks about the Lord said He give signs. He said the signs in the moon and the sun and the stars. All right.
Yeah. So the moon has its own light, all right? A bright and a dimmer light. It has that. The moon has that, you know? It's like the earth has a brighter light and a dimmer light, but the moon, that light, man, that heat, whether you're on the dark side or the lighter side, man, it's both two lights that's on the moon, all right? So Esau, you're not pulling a fast one over us. We know what's up.
Yeah, you go for the moon, you get burnt up, man.
Not even going to step. You're not going to get close to it.
Yeah.
All right, that heat, that's emitting.
You don't feel like you gonna wise up.
What Esau needs to, which Esau knows this, but you know these people that actually think that the so-called white man went to the moon, what they need to realize is that, you know, outside of the Earth's atmosphere, is different levels of radiation.
Yeah.
It's a certain level of radiation that our physical bodies will not be able to, you know, when you just can't, our bodies can't, you know, deal with that pressure, that heat. So,
Yeah.
like just that, I don't want the brothers to say.
And that's true. That's why you get those spiritual bodies to really venture out into those heavens. See, in the king, when the Lord gives those spiritual bodies in the kingdom, we won't need a damn call that space suit.
Yeah, we'll be able to breathe out of space.
Yeah.
Another scripture there, the moon.
Come on.
Isaiah 13, verse 10. For the stars of the heaven are constellations, therefore they shall give their light. The sun shall be darkened, and is going forth, and the moon shall not cause the light to shine.
Yeah, that's knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Okay, I didn't catch that before. The knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. That's considered wisdom. All right, you hear the term someone is bright. Okay, these the so-called illuminated ones. they call themselves sons of light. And you could read that in a book, New World Order by Ralph Epperson. There's a chapter called Sons of Light. You know? The Lord is known as a morning star, and then Lucifer, which is a spiritual demon, Satan, and a physical one here, which is Esau. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, so
get, slap people
you got it.
Now I would say get that in Luke. Luke was it 19, where it speaks about this moon, signs in the sun and the moon. Cause my phone just died. You know.
124?
Yeah.
21?
Yeah.
I can get it?
Yeah.
What you said, Luke, right?
Yeah.
21, 25.
So,
Cause that's the times we in, man. All right. We in the time of this destruction. Here it is. You got our people talking about they going to some Sunday worship or whatever.
Good Friday.
Good Friday, Easter, about to celebrate a damn bunny that shits out eggs, you know. And here it is. Listen, we in the time of war. When you read about the Passover, it wasn't a game. It wasn't a gimmick. It wasn't a time for fun. You know, it was drastic times. It was life or death. You know.
all right, this is Luke 21 and 25. And there shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth.
Yeah, that's right.
All right.
It be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars. All right. We have the lunar eclipse, the solar eclipse. All right. You have the blood moon. You know, and these are the signs of the times. Right. So a lot of the past year, when they had the blood moon, they said this is something that only happens once ever so often. You don't really get this. You know, so there had to be a sign for something. All right, and really even before that, it's been nothing but chaos happening. You know, something new's happening, man, like a domino effect or a snowball effect. All right, and this place is ultimately gonna be destroyed. Right.
Yep. And there shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars.
Yeah, even those chariots. Right? And chariots, you see more and more chariot sightings. That sounds at the times. Those chariots are gonna get real active, man. You know, they're gonna stop showing you wonders and they're gonna start zapping you. They're gonna show you something different, a fearful wonder. You know?
And upon the earth, distress of nations with perplexity.
Yeah, distress of nations with perplexity. Aren't these nations in distress? You know, we're on the verge of World War III. All right? These rulers, they sit on the edge of their seats, man. You know, they losing their minds. And what's what could happen next? America's in shambles. All right? Because here it is, China's making all these plays. And usually America be the big dog. They'll step in and say, nah, dead that. You know? We ain't doing that. But here it is, now they can't even do that. All right? And all these nations trying to play it safe, really, because everybody knows one push of a button, it's all over. You know, ain't no, we ain't gonna be speaking Russian or Chinese for the next 100 years. You push that button and it's all over. You know, but what's really gonna happen is Yahweh Shah is gonna step in, and it's gonna be the kingdom of Israel. You know, right?
The sea and the waves roaring.
Right.
Men's hearts fell in them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth.
Yeah, the things we're speaking of in the Bible, the prophecies. All right, what's that? Second Ezekiel's second chapter, when it speaks about lamentations. Ezekiel's second chapter speaks about lamentations and mournings and woes. All right, but yeah, men's heart failing them for for the things they about to see, and things are gonna get real drastic out here. First of all, the American dollar about to collapse. All right, come. So it's gonna be there's gonna be inflation, right? So everybody's gonna be poor, starving, or famine. Okay, the oil prices is gonna skyrocket, meaning that no food's coming to the neighborhoods. Then it's gonna be, of course, it's gonna be war, right? It's gonna be war. There's gonna be a draft. Because the Americans don't want to go to war as it is. You know, I just saw this brother put up a post on WhatsApp. You had the Air Force talking about you could join the Air Force if you were a little heavy set. They don't care. They'll let you pass if you're a little heavy set because they're so short on men. Because nobody wants to join the military. Why? Because they're about to go to war. Right?
Ready?
Oh, let's brother finish off.
Alright.
Men's hearts fell in them for fear and looking. Let me read that again. Men's hearts fell in them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken.
Yeah, the powers of heaven shall be shaken. Your elites, your governments, right? The ones you look for answers, they're gonna be shaken. You know, ultimately by that nuclear destruction. All right, but yeah, they're gonna be shaken, man. Watching all these different angles of calamity come upon them, and when the people ask for answers, they ain't gonna have no answers. All that wisdom that they claim they have is gonna leave them. Okay.
And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory.
So all these prophecies have to happen. All right, all this doom and gloom have to happen, and then they'll see the Son of Man. Just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, you don't see the Son of Man. He's gonna be a dark-skinned man, right? He's gonna come with those chariots in his glory. He's coming with those chariots. He's coming with spiritual powers. He's gonna come with the angels, and it's not gonna be pretty, man. The Lord's gonna really do a number on Esau, man. The Lord's gonna take Esau out of power, but the elite's gonna put them in captivity. And then a lot of you guys gonna die by way of that fire. You gonna feel that fire, that intense heat, and those lasers from the chariots. All right,
That's it.
That was it.
Yeah.
Ezekiel chapter 2 verse 10. And he spread before me, and it was written within and without. And it was written therein lamentation and mourning and woe.
Yeah, that's going into the scriptures. All right, that role's going into the scriptures. We read one more verse. What was that? You read one more verse?
Me?
No.
Verse 9.
I'll read from now. It's something 10. It
Uh,
says Ezekiel chapter 2 verse 9. And when I looked, behold, his hand was set unto me, and lo, in the book it was written, and it was spread before me, and it was written and written without. And
right,
there was-
that's going into the scriptures.
You see, Mr. Power said a book was therein.
and a book was a roll was therein.
Right.
And it was spread before me, and it was written within and without.
Mm-hmm.
And there was therein lamentation and mourning and woe.
Right, and that's the day of the Lord. All right, that's the prophecies have to come to pass. Earthquakes in diverse places, wars and rumors of wars, famines, pestilence, race riots, race wars, class wars. All right, purge. We're speaking of purge. They let a purge out in Chicago, which I'm not hearing too much about Chicago. You know, so they probably they probably took it out the media. I know Chicago got to be going crazy, you know, and that's a spirit that's going to consume this place. All right, you know, but yeah, man, woes and lamentations and mournings, man. That's what's coming to this place. All right, those good old days is gone. Now we at the downfall of this place, man. Anybody got something? If not, we can get what's that when it speaks about sudden destruction?
First Thessalonians.
First or second Thessalonians. Was it first?
One of the two.
Yeah. Right. And what you got?
I got second Ezra's 9:1.
Yeah.
All right, this
Got
is second Ezra's 9:1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself,
First Thessalonians 5:1.
Alright.
and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I had told thee before.
Go on to it, bro.
All right, kind of, I'm gonna go back there.
Yeah, man. Get in there.
And he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. So how would you measure the times? That will be looking out for prophecies and things that's taking place, leading to World War III, leading to the MOTB, leading to global meltdown of finances, pestilences, famine, all of these things. Things that's gonna lead to a famine of the word, martial law, disasters taking place, the morality getting more out of hand, all these things, you know. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. So these are things that's gonna happen before the Lord makes his second return here, man. Or make his next return here. And Esau knows that. That's why he has a space force, and he's been preparing. He's been preparing, making out his fallout shelters and things like that. So those are some of the things.
Yeah.
The times that's measured. All right.
Yeah, that's right. Because the scriptures do speak about Satan and his angels fighting against the Lord, right?
Yeah.
So that's the space force, man. And that goes back to the was that President Reagan, Ronald Reagan, when he said, if out of slacking.
If a threat.
Water me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you saying if a threat came, extraterrestrial threat was to come, they have to put aside their differences and fight against that threat, you know. And of course he was speaking about the Lord returning in His glory, you know. And now today they have the Space Force that the brother just came out with, you know. They have guns designed to fight with energy instead of like bullets. They use energy blasts and things like this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so they getting ready for Yahweh Shah, but you know that's good. That's good.
I guess so.
Yes.
This is Matthew 24, verse 29. It says, immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light.
The sun gonna be dark and the moon shall not give her light. It's not gonna be any knowledge, wisdom, and understanding here. And also, when the Lord returns on them chariots, those are gonna block out the sun, the moon, the light. All right, and the mushroom clouds. But there's not gonna be any answers and any solutions in that time.
It says, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of heaven shall be shaken.
That's right. How it's gonna happen? Thermonuclear destruction. All right, that's the time we're in.
It says, and then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven.
And that he's gonna be with the angels on them chariots.
And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn.
Yeah, they're gonna mourn. They're gonna be in fear, and they know the playtime is over. It's done.
It says, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory.
Great glory. The Lord is standing on a main chariot, That's gonna be a fair thing to see, man. Because, you know, Esau been lying to the world. How the Lord looks. How the angels look. Talking that what's that evolution thing and there's no God. All of that stuff.
Right. It says,
And that this defies all, what is it, we're taught in physics and all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it.
yeah, it says, and then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory.
Power and great glory, man. He coming with the hosts, the angels, the armies. All right? From the fourth dimension.
So you know what? You think we ended wrapped up right there?
And that's how he's coming. We're not gonna pour him down from heaven.
Yeah.
You know, Yahweh Shai, he's coming with the angels.
Yeah.
You know, he's coming with the chariots.
And we can't pull the Howard shot down. You know, we gotta do what we gotta do.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, and he's going off the command of the Heavenly Father.
Yeah. So that's off. But you know, huh?
It is off.
Yeah, that's off as all hell. You know. But that we gonna close up. You know. We want to say all praises, honor, and glory goes to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahushua, Ba'ashim, Harkodash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, elders, great millstone, and salutation to the Akim, pushing his word, and also saving honesty, the whole full elect. Shalom to the 1/3. Our logo on to the next one.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.